Let's first deal with the disputed Wall Street Journal report rejected by Japan that alleges that Trump asked Takaichi not to provoke China, so-called, on Taiwan's sovereignty. We want to show a small selection of the language used by various Chinese spokespeople. Right-wing forces in Japan are leading Japan and the region towards disaster. That's Mao Ning, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson. She said what she should not say and crossed the red line that should not be touched. That's Wang Yi, Chinese Foreign Minister. We will crush all foreign interference. That's from the China's Taiwan Affairs Office. And finally, where it all started, the intruding dirty neck must be cut off without a moment's hesitation. We're also showing now all the various coercion measures China has undertaken, so you can see quite clearly from the start of this whole China campaign that Beijing has done all the escalation and indeed provocation against Japan. So let me start with you, President Lai. Do you believe that Tokyo needs to be told to stop escalating?
The so-called disputes happened in the direct Q&A sessions when the Prime Minister Takaichi was answering the opposition party's questions. It's not toward China, and then China escalated itself. It's all Chinese doing all the actions. And all Japan did is that it respond to Chinese accusations. And so the Wall Street Journal talked about that Trump is asking Takaichi to lower the provoking statement. Japan felt that I never provoke anything. Why should I lower anything in the beginning?
Okay, let's go to Professor Chu. So South Korea has been on the receiving end of China's aggressions many a time and also had a taste of Trump's deal-making. Do you think actually the issue here is more that actually Japan, Tokyo, has been so focused on de-escalating that it has not mounted a very strong defense which has matched essentially the ferocity of Beijing's campaign?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I'd have to agree on that. And Takaichi, Prime Minister Takaichi's statement is clearly in consistency with former, prime ministers and her predecessors that Japan's government has successively promoted over the years, which is with a great focus on rescuing its expatriates in Taiwan, just in case of contingency, and they've been gearing towards that end since Abe administration 10 years ago, and it's sort of a build-up now. But Prime Minister Takaichi didn't really come out with anything new, or as opposed to the dislike of China. I don't think she aggravated the situation. She was really consistent to the Japanese audience that she's going to carry a consistent policy that she inherited from her predecessors. So I don't think she's the culprit of the whole situation. It is just like President Lai just pointed out. It's all about China escalating the situation.
Tony, just on the part of militarism, because these are the things that China accuses Japan of: militarism, to be a destabilizing force, going down the path of disaster, all to the backdrop of World War II atrocities. So, as a military guy, what do you make of China's own militarism?
Yeah, it's so funny that China should use this term. China's own military expansion is unseen since World War II, since Hitler, pre-World War II days. And if you look at it carefully, it's way more than what it needs for self-defense.
And we're not even at war.
We're not even at war. At that time, Hitler was preparing for World War II. So it makes you wonder, what is China's intention with this type of expansionism? And the way it's threatening the entire region, not just Taiwan, but it has conflict with Korea by occupying locations that's jointly open for joint economic benefits. But China has built structures on it and has prevented Korean fishermen from approaching. And of course, conflict with the Japanese and Taiwan and the Philippines. So the entire region is threatened by China's military expansionism. So it's funny that they use that same term against Japan.
Professor Xu, just bringing you back in.
Yes.
This is an issue that we have covered in our previous shows, which is the co-option of international media by the CCP in terms of, so many narratives that are just wholesale covered, repeated, asserted by international media. What do you think are the consequences of this happening continually?
Yes, I think we are serving China's interests if we continue to play the game that China wants to play, that is to stir up the opinion leaders community and, try to raise anxiety and the nervousness of the people that are really concerned with their government's so-called provocative actions or words towards China, and in return, they are feared of getting retaliated by China. So that's the sort of malign influence operation that China has been playing over the years through the media, and I think this is where the media, it's a good news, it's sensational, so it draws people's attention, but at the same time, going back to 2021 when Xi Jinping delivered his speech at the 100th centennial anniversary of the PLA. And back then, he said, anybody who interferes with Taiwan, Taiwan Strait, then, they should expect the consequences will be, bloody blow to the head. And, such rhetoric just doesn't make sense. The, international media should stand and not play by the Chinese game.